Good afternoon, guys, and thank you for tuning back in with Rhoda Young Live. Guys, we are here yet with another story about these restaurants that will put your safety over their money that they make for these restaurants. Right now, we have a former employee of Kentucky Fried Chicken in Portsmouth, Virginia, that has called into Rhoda Young Live studio because she said she was terminated because of the fact that she took ill and could not perform her duty. She said that she had told them over and over again she was not feeling well, to the fact that they told her, if you don't come to work today, you are terminated. They assured her that she will get a relief as soon as possible when and she did not come in contact with the employees or even the customers. When she got to work, they put her in the drive-through. She was dealing hands on hands with the customers that came to KFC, thinking they were going to get some food without being exposed to the COVID-19 or the strep throat, but actually they was being exposed to the germs that the former employee was carrying. She said she had got so ill at work, the relief never showed up. I mean, the relief never showed up. She said she was coughing up green cold and spitting it out. And she just couldn't take it no more. Her body was aching. Her throat was sore. Her doctor was alleging she had the contagious strep throat or the COVID-19. I'm Rhoda Young Live, where I am bringing this story to you live, raw, and uncut. Before waving news, 10, Channel 3, and also Channel 13 News. Good afternoon, and thank
Good
you for
afternoon.
calling
Good
into
afternoon.
the
Yes,
Rhoda
how you
Young
doing?
Live show.
On the
What
side,
is
I've been
your
working.
name?
I can't hear you.
What is your name?
Raisha Jones.
Raisha Jones. How long have you been an employee of KFC?
Almost 3 years.
Can you tell me why you called into the Road to Your Life show?
Yes, it started. As you can see, I still haven't got my voice back all the way.
Do me one favor.
Mm.
Put the camera on you for right now, and then when we're gonna talk to your mother, we'll swing the camera her way. There you go.
Okay.
So go ahead and speak to us now.
Okay, about a week ago when we had the first snow, I told them that it's dangerous for me going back and forth over the Jordan Bridge. Because of the snow, I didn't want to be sliding and I didn't want to get in any type of snow accident. They told me unless the store called and said that they had closed, I have to still report it into work. So I reported into work, and around it just the snow just kept coming down, coming down. All the stores around us was closed. We were still open, and I told the person in charge that I have to get going because the snow was piling up. I didn't get a chance to go when it was time to close. I got out the parking lot and I made a right into the like trying to turn by the Jordan Bridge, but it's by Wendy's. I had to turn right back into the parking lot because my car got stuck in the snow and somebody had to push me out from the Wendy's parking lot to get in there. And so when I got into the KFC parking lot, I parked my car because it ended up breaking down and I almost came into oncoming traffic. So I called my boss and I told him about the incident and that another employee could take us home since he was driving as well. Once he started driving, the same thing happened and he lost control of his car. We were in the middle of a road, like maybe 20 minutes from our job, and we was there for like maybe 2 hours. Some Samaritans came to ask us were we okay because they saw our emergency lights on for the last 2 hours, and they told us to the nearest gas station. From that gas station, they told us to a motel, which when we got there was no vacancy. This whole time we were in and out the car. We have on Crocs. My shoes are wet. We were stranded in the snow. My feet are cold. My nose was running. That's initially how I got sick. When we first told them about what was going on, nobody was answering their phones. I called the supervisors. They didn't care. They was like, "What's the point of you calling us for? You have a job to do." But our job is not a part of getting stuck in the snow. As long as sales was being met, they didn't care. The supervisor eventually came to pick us up, but that wasn't almost to 8 hours after we had closed to our shift. When I got home, I was wet, cold. I started coughing. My shoes, my whole body was wet and cold, and that's when I began to get sick.
Wow. Wow.
They left us in the snow. Everybody was closed. Everybody, every fast food, every restaurant there was closed, and they still wanted us to be open. The the supervisor came through the drive-through to explain to us we have to stay open and meet sales because he checked the roads. They seemed safe. They weren't safe. My car wouldn't have broke down. The other person wouldn't have lost control of the vehicle if the roads were safe. They haven't even VDOT didn't even begin to plow.
Let me ask your mom's a question right quick.
Ask who?
Your
Oh yeah.
mother. Hi, moms.
Yes, ma'am.
You contacted the supervisor yourself. You say my daughter is stuck out in the snow. Y'all got them out there too late during this snowstorm. Y'all need to release the kids. Let these kids get home. They would not release these kids. Your daughter and three more kids got stuck in the snow. You yourself called the supervisor multiple times and asked them what is they gonna do about all of their employees stuck right there in the middle of that highway. What was his response?
Yes, when I called the supervisor, he was very nonchalant, a little rude, and kind of nasty. I said, "Look, this Mrs. Jones. I'm concerned about my daughter, Raisha Jones." I said she went to work for you guys tonight, and it was snowing before she left. I explained to him I specifically asked her not to go because I knew this was what was going to happen. He told me very rudely it's her job. I said, I understand it's her job, but she could freeze to death, God forbid, sitting in the snow for 6 hours unmoving without no blankets, no water, and not prepared, and their car was stuck. He told me, yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. How you taking care of that and you go in there 6 hours later? I called him. I said, what are you gonna do to accommodate my daughter? He said, I'm not gonna do nothing to accommodate her. That's her job. So his name is Nat. I said, with the end. I said, Nat, Mr. Nat, let me tell you something. You're kind of sarcastic. Now I'm not trying to be sarcastic to you, but you need to make sure my daughter get home. Okay, because she's 21. She's a young adult. And there's three other people that's younger than her as well.
Wow. Stuck
So
them
that
in the street for eight hours in the street.
yes,
6 hours. So you get home, you try to warm up, and all of a sudden you become ill. In a couple of days, you become ill.
yes, that's exactly how I got ill. Yes, which brings me to this week. I came to work Tuesday. I told the GM, I said, I'm not feeling well. I haven't been feeling well since I've been stuck in the snow. He said, well, nonchalantly, I can't miss more than 2 days. I said, I'm not feeling well. So I did my shift. And then towards that Tuesday night, I started feeling horrible. And I told him Wednesday, I said, I can't. I said, I'm coming down with something and I feel very sick. I can't come in. I didn't get no response. So that means you're telling me I only have 2 days. I end up going to the doctor. I have my medications right here. I have my medications. I have my antibiotics right here. I have strep throat and I'm sick. And I had my doctor's note. I have all my COVID shots. I have the first, second boost. I have all my COVID shots by the CDC. So that's not the problem. And I got sick and I have strep throat and I told them that they still wanted me to come in. So Wednesday I come in. I said I'm not supposed to be here for my dog. I'm not supposed to be here. But I came in anyways. I'm not supposed to be in the window because y'all want me to come in because my job is at jeopardy because I'm sick and I have the proper documentation. I said I'm not supposed to be in the window passing out food to customers, coughing up, can't talk, coughing up spit and bobs of mucus. And that's nasty. And that's having airborne illness to not only myself, but the people around me and the customers. He said, okay, somebody's supposed to be coming in today. I look on the schedule. That person never works. That person never works on that day. And he told me that and he left. So I called him. I said, that person is not coming in. He said, oh, yeah, I know. I just noticed it. Yeah. Didn't do anything about it.
And
Yeah.
left you working all day,
And so,
even though you
yes,
had the strep throat that was highly contagious.
yes. And I told the other, so we have it's a GM, a supervisor, and a co. I told the co that I can't finish my shift. I said, I came in because y'all wanted to threaten me or firing me. But I came in, but I can't do my whole shift. And y'all know that, and I'm sick. And she said, well, my lift is outside. I gotta
They,
go.
they want to know who was the manager that made you come in to work knowing that you was contagious with the strep throat.
Matt.
Black.
Matt, M-A-T. And
Matt.
I'm sorry, M-A-C.
Thank you. They also want to know when you spoke. I'm sorry, my phone trying to die out. When you spoke to your doctor, thank you, Stephen. When you spoke to your doctor, did you go into the office and get a exam, or was your exam done per telephone?
Yeah, my exam was done through a televisit. They told me to stay home because it sounded like COVID-19 symptoms.
Right. So not only did your doctor inform you that you had the strep throat, he
Mhm.
also informed you that you could be infected with the COVID-19.
Yes, that's correct.
Are you telling me, even though you informed your manager at KFC off of what's the address there?
5004 George Washington Highway in Portsmouth.
5004 George Washington Highway, Portsmouth, Virginia.
Yeah.
The manager still made you come to work knowing that you was COVID-19, a possibility of being positive, and your doctor and the doctor orders told you not to go into public.
Yes.
How many people do you think you came in contact with during the day at work through the drive-through?
Maybe 100.
Wow.
Yeah. And the customers were looking at me like, "Oh my God, are you sick? Are you okay? Why are they even letting you come in?" So that's my exact reason. They told me I have to come in, and I couldn't complete my shift. I told the co, I said, she seen me go to the bathroom and she seen me spit, and she still had me come passing out food to the window. I said, I can't do that because by law of jaundice, if you have jaundice or anything, any sickness, strep, anything contagious, you're supposed to be home. You're not supposed to be doing your job, passing out food and stuff and getting other people sick.
So you finished your shift on that day. I got a lot of things
No,
going on. I apologize.
no, I never
You
got a
finished.
chance to. I never got a chance to finish it. The co-manager told me to stay one more hour, then I could leave. And I stocked up, I cleaned up, I stayed another hour, and then I left. But the manager on duty refused to give me my thumbprint to sign out. She wanted me to stay the whole shift. After the co told me I could leave after an hour.
Wow. So the other manager seeing you sick, knowing you got documentation that you sick, you got the strep throat possibility, great possibility, you got the COVID-19. They don't care if you infect the other employees or give their customers on the COVID-19 through the drive-through. They still wanted to make their money.
Yeah.
After you finish your shift, they refused to let you clock out. After you was able to finish your shift, what happened from there?
Well, I never finished. I just walked out and I told them to sign me out at the time, my designated time of 7:30. Because if they don't clock you out, you can talk to the manager, the boss, and he'll clock you out. So I told him that I'm on my way home. And he said, "Well, he said, you walked out." I said, "I didn't walk out. The code told me that after an hour and once I clean up, I can go home." He said, "I can't let you back because you put all the people at your job in a bad bind because you left early." I said, "I wasn't supposed to be there anyways. And I told y'all that y'all had my documentation. Y'all still wanted me to come into work."
Do
And
you
yeah,
have the phone number to that KFC that you was working at that put not just your health at risk, but any customer and any customer and their family that came to that restaurant on that day at risk? Do you have the phone number to that location?
yes, give me 1 second. They never answered the phone anyways. Hold on.
Guys, this is absolutely ridiculous
Let me
that
see
this
your
young
phone.
lady was first forced to come to work through a real bad snowstorms because
And I was a
KFC.
good employee. They even wanted me to be a manager. They only had 5 more classes left. I did the other 30 classes. You can hear it in my voice that I'm ill. Why would you still want me to report after a doctor's no and doctor's orders? That doesn't make any sense. And then fire me at that because they said I could leave in an hour, but they wanted me to finish my whole shift. And I put
1 second,
the
please.
job at a bad bind for making more sales
Thank
because
you.
I left. My
Thank,
body started breaking
thank
down.
you. Guys, can you believe that the KFC on George Washington Highway would not just put this employee health at risk, but also the community at risk? Knowing this young lady was possibly contracted the COVID-19 and also had a very active case of a contagious disease called the strep throat. They did not care not just about the employees' safety. They also had no concern about the safety of their customers. They said they must make their money and make the numbers for that day, regardless of whom got sick. They was going to make sure KFC made that money on that day. After this young lady came in and was misled to do a shift at work, okay, and they was convincing her if she didn't come to work, she won't have no job, so she went in. After they said she was only going to be there for a couple of hours, and someone else was coming in, and she noticed that she'd been there for several hours. She looked on the schedule. It was never nobody's schedule to come in. She spoke to the coach of that shift that day. He said, give me at least one more hour. I see you feeling bad and you can go home. She did according to what he said. When she told the active manager on duty today, she was able to be excused and go home. She needed her thumbprint for she can clock out. She said, no, you're not going nowhere. We need you. Regardless of the situation, or regardless of this young lady coughing up and coughing up cold and putting other people's life and health at risk, they wanted to make those numbers. The what is it, Rashid? I'm sorry.
Raisha.
Raisha said, I had enough. My body gave out. I did what I was supposed to do, and she left. And she was going to speak with the next manager the next day about her hours. Instead of them speaking to her and telling her, we apologize for putting your health at risk and many other people, they say, no, you're terminated. You let us down. You was not there for us. Raisha, what is the number for that location?
What is the what, ma'am?
The phone number for that location?
Yes, it's area code 757. It's 487-0742. They never
Zero
answer the
seven
phone.
four zero
Yeah,
seven four two.
487-0742.
And that's KLC, guys, in Portsmouth, Virginia. Once again, it's 757-487-0742. We need to know, why did KLC put all their customers and employees' life at risk when Raisha has medication and a doctor note saying she was contagious, not only with a strep throat, but could have the COVID-19. Raisha, you lost your job because of the fact you got sick. You got sick because KFC made you go to work during a snowstorm, and when the snow got real heavy and everybody else in Portsmouth shut down, they said they need to make the numbers. You got stuck
Yes.
on the side of the road, you and several other co-workers, for over 6 hours, and the managers allegedly refused to help you guys get out the snow and get home to a safe and dry location. Once you got
Yes.
home, a couple of days later, you're ill, and now you're terminated. This is
Yes.
happening, guys, to multitude of people, not just Raisha at KFC. It's happening at McDonald's. It's happening at Walmart. It's happening because of the fact that the CDC or the government is making the COVID-19 so lax now, or relaxed, that these employees are not following the rules of the CDC. What is it that you would like to say to them, Raisha?
What was it I would like to say? It's wrong. You should not do me like that. We have multiple people that call out, walk out, no documentation. We had people stealing from the company $4,000, and they trying to make them come back. They have favoritism there. I have employees. It's a hostile work environment, and I tried to tell them about that for months. They did nothing to avail the situation. Did nothing to try to fix the situation. I tell them my concerns. They don't care, and it's wrong. You should not fire me. I did what I'm supposed to do. I had my documentation. I had my doctor's note, my medication. You shouldn't have let me come in anyways, putting anybody at risk. And then you want to terminate me? That's
And you
crazy.
still do not have your voice back yet.
No.
Wow. We're gonna see, can we get this escalated. We're gonna try to tag the corporate office, because the corporate office need to know what's really going on in Portsmouth, Virginia, at that George Washington Highway location. And the people of Portsmouth, Virginia, would like to personally thank you for telling us how they put everybody's life at risk during your sickness. Is there anything that's more like to say?
Oh, anything else you would like to say?
No, but I have this to say. That whole crew It's like they're in little cliques. Okay, for the LGBT community, I have no nothing wrong against them, but majority of them are like that at that KFC, and they was kind of like discriminating against my daughter because she did her job, and she's smart, and she's a college kid, and she mind her business, and I feel like they treated her wrong, and they discriminate against her, and they discriminate against me as well. And you know when the manager said, the one named Matt, he told my daughter, quote for quote, why do your mother have to always speak up for you? If I don't speak up for her, who will?
Right. And you just alleged that a lot of the employees, which you don't have a problem with, they are guys and they from the LGBT community and they have an issue with your daughter.
That's correct.
Guys and the girls.
The guys and the girls, they be picking, they curse her out, they disrespect her, and she have made several complaints to the GM, to the co, to the head, and won't nothing never done about it because all of them in together. And it's like they was trying to get rid of her all along, but she persistently and diligently kept going to work regardless. She didn't do none of her schoolwork this week because she was sick, trying to keep up with them, going to work for them, so they wouldn't fire her. That she kept coming in. That means she was persistent about keeping this job, and they just kept treating her dirty. And then
They
me
want to
personally,
know the address. Someone want to know the address to the location in Portsmouth, Virginia.
yes, tell them
Oh
address.
yes, the address is 5004. It's 5004 George Washington Highway in Portsmouth, Virginia.
Someone just said they made a statement because people don't understand why did she mention the LGBT community, and the mother said the reason why she mentioned the LGBT
Oh, I can
community.
tell.
Go
I can
ahead.
tell you why. Okay, if another thing, I had knee surgery. I cannot mop, and I told the GM about that multiple times before. And it's a set of girls, and they date. And I told them how they pick on me and stuff. Their exact words was, "Oh, we all in the same community together. He's gonna take my word over yours because we just alike." Which he's like that, and the two girls are like that. So they think they're in the same community. They can just like they're making up a clique against me because I'm not. We have no problem with them. I have no problem with the
Tell
LGBT
your
community.
mother
That's why
again.
my mama doesn't either. That's exactly why we brought it up. Because they said we're gonna still do what we want to do. And they'll tell me shut the F up and fuss at me, slam stuff at me, being rude. And I try to
Make
tell
you
them,
cry.
yeah, they'll make me cry. And they'll say, because we don't care, because he gonna take our word anyways. Cause
Because
that's
all of them is from the same LGBT community.
yes, and
Yes.
that's his boyfriend family. That's his boyfriend people.
Do you think you was discriminated against because you're not gay?
I could put
Yes.
yeah.
Tell your mother.
I think so. Me and my mom think so as well.
Wow.
And if I have a disability where I can't mop, which they had, I have screws in my knees, I cannot mop.
Yeah, that's
And I have a doctor's note for that, and my surgery note. They still want me to push a 40-pound mop back and forth. Still try to tell me to mop when I can't mop,
How you
and they
end up with?
already know.
I know this don't have anything to do with your thing, but how did you end up with screws in your knee?
How did I get what?
Screws in your knee.
I tore my knee when I would play softball. I had knee surgery. I tore my meniscus, my ACL, my cartilage, and my patella is in half. And I got two screws in my knees to hold it together. So swishing that motion back and forth makes the screw grind in my knee, and it's uncomfortable.
Right.
It's
I'm
painful.
sorry to hear that, sweetheart. If it's one last thing you would like to say to the employees, first to the employees at KFC at 5004 George Washington Highway, we want to address the employees first. What would you like to say to the employees, not the manager, but the employees about how they bully and how they harass you and how they made you feel and how they made your life so uncomfortable that it became harassment and discrimination?
I would like to say that they know they're wrong. They like to pick. They think it's fun. Y'all think it's a game. It's not a game. You wouldn't want nobody to treat you like that. So why would you want to treat me like that? They try to make it seem like I'm a misfit because of who I am. That's not the case at all. Y'all are rude, distasteful, nasty, quite ignorant, and y'all don't know how to talk to people. And y'all and everybody's worried about business so much. You don't provide good business. You don't provide good business. You don't treat the customers right at all either.
So you got two medals. How much medals?
Yeah.
Mama,
And
turn the camera to Mama when she talking. It seems like she's leading your conversation. Go ahead,
I'm
Mom.
sorry, Miss Rosa. I was trying to tell my daughter she did her job because every time the what's the name?
supervisor that.
Every time the supervisor Nat, the one that I talked to on the phone that was
Uh-huh.
nonchalant, every time he would do the pop up mean come to see everybody on their P's and Q's, she would always get a certificate, a Amazon card, or what have you, because she read the order back right, she do it correctly, she
Follow
uh
protocol.
she followed protocol, so she know what she was doing. There's no way she could get all those awards or gift cards or Amazon gifts or whatever if she wasn't.
Mom, can I ask you this question? Do you think your daughter was singled out because she is in college? She do have a positive professional attitude. She's well diverse. She's softly spoken. Do you think your daughter was bullied because she's not ratchet?
Hey, ma'am, yes, ma'am, that's exactly what I told my daughter. I said they're jealous because you go there, she driving a Fendi coupe. All of them don't drive. Most of them want to ride for her, but they talk to her so nasty. They know about it nasty. She's a college kid. She made straight A's, and she's also quite pretty. Not that I'm bragging, but a lot of them they're very jealous, and they feel like because she's staying out against them, she don't gossip, she don't talk about people. She just go to work, do her hours, and she clock out. And she do everything she's supposed to do before she leaves the job. Yes, I do.
Thank you. Daughter, this it will be escalated to Raisha, this will be escalated to corporate. I will be tagging corporate in to this because I just realized from listening to you, it seemed like you not only was wrongfully terminated, which Virginia is a right to work state, but they still have laws they must go by. They cannot force you to work if you're sick and under doctor's orders. That can be consistent. That can constitute as a lawsuit. So KSC might want to consider or reconsider that. Also, it appears that you have been bullied and harassed at this KFC because of your sexual preference and your standings in the community. What is it you would like to say to the corporate office because we're going over their heads with this complaint?
Yes, I think something should be done about it. I think I should be compensated until I find work. I think I need a apology as well because that wasn't right. You can't make nobody come to work sick with doctor's notes and write documentation and still force them to work. I think that was the wrong thing to do. You put me in a bind, and I don't think that's fair or right at all.
Thank
Something
you.
should be done about it. Something really should be done.
Thank you. Thank you for contacting the Rodeo Live Show. If you got time, Google the corporate office, drop it in the comments for me. I got some other stories I need to do as well. I appreciate everything you said up here. You were so professional. I'm praying for you. And I don't think that KFC deserves an employee like you. If anybody's out there hiring and need a good worker, she's a college student. She made straight A's. She's from Portsmouth, Virginia. She have her own vehicle, and
Yeah,
if
I
you
live in
offer,
Chesapeake. I live in
she live,
Chesapeake.
she live in Chesapeake, Virginia. She have her own vehicle. She is able to get
And
back
I'm
and
safe served.
huh?
I'm safe served, which means I know about correct food temperatures and such. Safe
Oh, she
served.
have Say Serve health department certified, but she don't even have to work in the food industry as
No.
well diverse as she is, guys. If you're looking for a good, there's a lot of guys out there hiring right now. If you're looking for a good professional young woman to work in your establishment, give her a call, tag her on Facebook, and let her know that your company will be more than willing to have her come and work with you at y'all location. Hopefully, we can get her another job that pays way more money than KFC, and we can get this young black woman away from the ratchetness that goes on in some of these restaurants and put this classy young lady in a classy establishment where she rightfully deserves to be. I'm Rhoda Young Live with what really happened at KFC 5004 George Washington Highway in Portsmouth, Virginia. Thank you, Raisha Jones, for
Thank you.
calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love you guys, and good luck.
Okay.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to that story, guys. I really do appreciate each and every last one of you. Once again, Raisha appears to be so sweet, so gentle. And what do y'all think? Do you think that them people at KLC was picking on her because she was an easy pick, or do you think it's more behind it? We don't know. They say it's two sides to every story, her side, their side, and the truth. But from what I look at and what they say, damn, I just lost. But anyway, from what I looked at and from what they just saying, I think we got a case of bullying and harassment going on there at the KSC 5004 George Washington Highway in Portsmouth, Virginia. If any one of you guys that work there are listening and looking at this platform right now, hey, it's two sides to every story. I welcome you onto the platform to share your side of the story so we can figure out what's really going on at KSC in Portsmouth, Virginia. Don't get mad at the messenger. Come bring that business right over here and let us know. Let us hear your side of the story. I'm Rhoda Your Life. Well, guys, I want you to tune back in less than 30 minutes. We have another show. A lady called in and said, "You gonna stop whooping my son ass." She said, "I'm so glad Rhoda Young and Mr. Terry Riddis did that story on yesterday about the regional jail because y'all beat my son ass too." And she said, "I'm calling you out by your name." She said, "You are the captain of this jail, and Captain Dupree in Suffolk Western Tidewater Regional Jail is now been accused again, yet again, I'm going to use the word allegedly, of kicking somebody else's son ass inside of the jail." And his mother speaks out. Guys, give me about 30 minutes. Let me load up the next story, and we'll be right back where Captain Dupree of Suffolk Western Regional Jail is your second story in less than 48 hours of you being accused of whooping inmates' asses inside the regional jail. Hey, there's gonna be many more stories come out. They're asking for internal investigation and they want your badge taken off your chest. I'm Rhoda Your Life. What's really going on in the 757? And you heard it here first on Wavy News 10, Channel 3, and also Channel 13 News. We'll be back in 30. Bye, guys. Wakey, wakey out there. I looked at my wrist, I got time today. I looked at my wrist, I got time today. Hey, ain't it, man?